Me now is Mary McNamara Bernstein with the Rockford Area Arts Council, and
Yep.
we have a lot to talk about, including
do.
an event that's coming up just in a week or so.
Yeah, we just got, actually just a few days.
A few days, yeah,
We've
it's
got
the
the
end of the
State
week.
of
Yeah,
Culture, which
yes.
is coming up on Thursday, September 18th.
Oh my gosh, and tell
know.
me a little bit about that and how to get involved.
Okay, so the State of Culture is similar to other states of events that you've heard
Yeah.
of. So you have your State of the City that the mayor might give.
Right.
You have the State of the Union that the president might give.
Sure.
And the Arts Council, just following that up, is going to give a State of Arts and
Okay.
Culture. So it's a follow-up on the Rockford Region Cultural Plan that we developed
Yeah.
last year in conjunction with a lot of other, in collaboration with a lot of other agencies. But
Okay.
last year, July, so we're actually giving a little update on what's happening with that.
Oh, good. A look back and a look ahead.
That's right.
Kind of
That's
as well.
right. Exactly.
So talk a little more about that cultural plan. I know there's 4 priorities, right?
There are.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you,
Yeah,
Mike.
no
I appreciate
problem.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got youth and arts education,
Okay.
inclusive and intersectional collaboration. So that's agencies working together, people crossing, across from one agency to another. We have advocacy and policy, and then
Okay.
we also have neighborhood and space development. So those are the ones that we're really noticing. What's going on in your neighborhood, what's happening in terms of, whether it's downtown or in our collar communities, what's happening there in terms
Sure.
of arts and culture.
And I suppose as you give this, and just to get a sneak peek, not to give
Yeah.
away what's going on the state of the culture,
Yes.
but I'm sure there's some areas that are farther than you expected and some that might be a little bit behind? Or?
Yeah, so you make these plans, you make a regional plan like that, and sometimes those plans can sit on a shelf, but this is a real strategic plan for arts and culture. And what's been so nice about having the Rockford Park District, the city of
Yeah.
Rockford, RAMP, Go Rockford involved, is that
Yeah.
they are prioritizing arts and culture too.
Sure.
So even if you're working on an infrastructure project, you are looking at how things are looking aesthetically instead of just pragmatically, just
Right.
practically how do they work, but now let's make that bus stop look good.
Yeah.
Let's maybe make
Right.
it, reflect the industrial heritage of the area,
Right.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, so that neighborhood and space development is really probably one that's on the rise, and
It
you see
is.
it with the murals all downtown and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's very neat that people can get active, interactive, and a positive view of the city.
Yeah, and what we find to be, I think, the most compelling for everyone is that there's economic impact to arts and culture.
Yeah.
Of course, there's health and education benefits and all of that, and I could go on about that, but the economic impact sort of goes across all sectors, and
Yeah.
that pleases everyone because
Right.
we employ people in the creative sector, but we also add to foot traffic with public art, and we also, if you're going downtown for a show or anywhere for a show, you're spending $40 on the ticket, and then you're spending an additional 40. You're getting dinner, you're having drinks, you're going to pick up a little something at the shop. So there are ways in which the arts really impact our economic value
Right.
of our town.
Right, so it's impactful, but you also want to get them started early. So that
You
youth
do.
and arts education, my wife started as an arts teacher. Now she's a superintendent
Oh,
of a
great.
school down in Ogle County. But she, finds it so important to get them started early. And, there are some funding cuts, there are some education decisions that have to be made. How
Yeah.
important is it to you to be active with these school districts to make sure that arts
It's a
are part
great
of it?
question. It's a great question. I'm so happy to hear that an educator moved into
Yeah.
Administration and has that
And knows the
foundation.
importance.
Yeah, knows the importance. So you look at kids involved in the arts; they're 2 times more likely to stay in school and not drop out.
Oh.
They're 5 times more likely to not drop out. 2 times more likely to graduate college. And then they're 78% more likely to vote. So when you have kids involved in the arts, you have engaged citizens in the end. So that is a huge connection, and absolutely, it's very important for
I
us
think
to
it's-
elevate those facts.
Yeah, more than just, memorizing, problems, math problems, or
Sure.
sentence structures. Here,
That's right.
you get to show off your creative side. So,
Yes, and you're thinking creatively about math, about
Yeah.
English, about history.
Yeah, are there some grant things we want to talk about?
We do. We want to
Yeah,
talk about
I
our
think so.
regional arts partner
Okay.
grants. So at the Arts Council, every year it's an annual grant, and now they're called RAP grants. So you can find those on our website at artsforeveryone.com, and they're up to $2,500, those grants, and they go to agencies. They go to 501c3 nonprofit agencies that are either having an arts program or want to work with an artist, and it pays for that.
Okay, and grants are so important this day and age, again.
So important.
But they're also can be overwhelming or a little bit stressful.
Yes,
to
and
kind
we've got
Yeah.
a grants workshop, so that
Yeah.
if you've never filled out a grant before, you can do that, and we do try to make ours very streamlined, very simple. The follow-up, final report is very easy too. So we will do whatever we can to help you with that grant.
Yeah, and dotting the I's and crossing the T's are
Yes.
so mundane, but they're so important to be able
They are.
to make it work and for you to get that
Yeah,
grant.
to get that idea across to somebody
Yeah.
that this is important and this is why, that's the center of your grant. That's the focus that people are looking at. So it is important, and we will help you with that.
Okay, we've covered a lot of the present day things.
We have.
Let's look a little bit down the road. We got a
Yes,
big event
okay.
coming up in a couple of weeks.
We do. We have art scene coming up.
Yeah.
So fall art scene for the Arts Council. It's a biannual gallery walk.
Okay.
And for the Arts Council, it's just a way for, we're obviously elevating the visual arts community.
Yeah.
And you can go into businesses, bars, restaurants,
Yeah.
libraries, galleries, and you're going to see different artists. You're going to see different materials being used. You can talk to them.
Okay.
The artists are on site.
Nice.
And most importantly, Mike, we want people to buy art. We want them to
Okay.
connect with the piece
Yeah.
personally and say to themselves, I'd love to see that in my bedroom. I'd love to see that above my kitchen sink where I can look at it every day. I think there are ways in which we connect with visual art that's very different than any other kind of medium. And we certainly know what music does for us.
Oh, yeah, for
and we
sure.
certainly know what seeing a live performance does for us. And I think visual art has its own place as well. So we do want to encourage people to it's downtown certainly
Yeah.
in Rockford, but it's all over the county. So that's what's really important about art scene. It's a very much a regional effort.
So you see these bar crawls, this is like an art crawl.
It is like an art crawl,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's a lot of fun. Get a group of people and get ready to purchase some art.
Oh, so much. Anything else going on that we want to cover?
You know
right
what?
now?
I think just the importance of Thursday,
Yes.
this Thursday in the state of culture, and just, I just like news you can use.
Yeah.
And I like being able to, come to the table, whether it's at work or at home, and say, this is what I learned today.
Yeah.
And I think people can come to this event. It's free, and you can register at artsforeveryone.com. And I think just coming to the event will give you an idea and a background of where we're going as a community.
Yeah, so get involved, and it's a free event, like you say, so why not go there? It's at City State Studio.
Yes.
There on First Avenue, and if you have any more information on that or anything the Arts Council is doing, you can go artsforeveryone.com. All
Nice.
right,
Thank you so much,
much,
Mike.
Mary. This has
Yeah,
been
thanks
great.
for having me.
Yeah, we'll see you next time
Okay,
for sure.
sounds great.
Yeah, we'll be right back.